G'day, folks. Just going to give you a bit of a rundown on the April 2025 release from Prime Ecosystem. It was literally a massive release. You can see on my screen, I have the release notes for version 8.46, which is the version that was released in April. And as you can see, it cuts across many different sections of the program. So there's a fair bit going on, fair bit that's been updated. As per usual, if you jump into your Prime, you can jump into the support center and you can get the full release notes for the update from the support center. So if you just scroll down there, you'll see Allison has released the release notes. And within that, she's recorded a few little videos and given you some screenshots of exactly what's been updated. But there's been a whole slew of updates. Some across the moisture schedules, loss schedules. We've got some updates to predefined items and a new module called Prime Insights, both of which I'm going to show you today. There's changes to the way sync jobs are working. You've got mail handler reminders, some changes to Prime Sync, the Prime Data Center. We can now copy jobs, uploading documents, ordering items, and your notes, emails, and SMSs. So there's been heaps and heaps of changes. Like I said, I'll refer you back to the support or the release notes in the support center for a lot of the detail. There's a couple of things I wanted to show you today, though. So here's our Prime demo. And if I go into admin, I'm going to firstly go to our estimate template. So the first thing I want to show you is what's changed with predefined items. So predefined items typically have a material cost and a labor cost, and they've been 100% editable. So when you put the item into a job, you can change up the pricing. Now, I've created a test item here in the air conditioning trade. Now you can actually lock your material and or your labor costs. You can see you can lock them individually. So you can lock one or both or neither of them. And if I go into a job, I've got a job over here. I'm just going to jump into an estimate on that job. So let me just grab a category maybe. I'll just create a category called estimate. And let's now add that air conditioning item in. So I'm going to go to my predefined items. I'll go to the aircon trade and I'll quickly just search for there it is. There's my test item. Now remember, I have this locked for both prices. So if I add that in, as you can see, it's now locked both of those prices, so I can't click in and change them like I normally can. And obviously, if I go back out and unlock, you will find that you can now edit again. So you can lock the pricing on your predefined items. The other thing I quickly wanted to show you today was the Insights panel. So to find that, you can go to your job history. So if you go to job history, I'm in there already, but if you go to the view menu, you can access it from the view menu. So that when you go into the history panel, it typically loads up your history screen, which looks like that. But if you go to the view menu, you'll be able to access your insights. Now, your insights are giving you suggestions and showing you issues with your job. So the suggestions will be things like, here we go. It's telling us we might consider adding more events to our workflow. There are less than 5. This will allow you to automate manual or repetitive actions. It could be that you haven't got your start and end dates in on your job. So suggestions are things that you can do with the job to improve basically its performance or its efficiency or the efficiency of running it in the system, more the point. With issues, that can be things like something's overdue or you've missed a KPI by X days or something weird like the appointment's ended, but the status is not completed, as you can see. So you can limit the view of your insights using those 2 buttons across the top there. And if I just show everything, we can also limit by user. So if I click my photo in the top left there, it'll show issues related to me or stuff that I've done with the job. So this insight screen is a great way of keeping on top of your jobs. And these are just 2 of the slew of updates that were released last month in Prime. So like, as per usual, if you want a more detailed run through some of these updates, please feel free to book a toolbox with us and we'll walk you through some of the updates. Like I said, if you access your Prime, go into the support center, you'll see Ali's release notes there and some videos she's recorded and some screenshots there as well. So there's plenty of info about the updates, but we're happy to help you and give you a bit of a walkthrough. And that was the April release for Prime.